Are you in yet? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yay.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Hi, guys.
I got bad hair
just in
today.
case, that's okay. I don't look at your hair. Just a reminder, if you go up to this little white dot to the left, you can see your agenda. So everything's right there for you.
Beautiful.
Okay. And then I was working with April today. I mentioned to her, she's going to tell you guys this, but for this fiscal year, you have to, if you're going to open any more new purchase orders, I need to have them opened by next Thursday, June 4th. That's the cutoff date.
Okay. So
Okay.
let's say okay. So that means any bill that comes in on or before June 30th will get paid in the 2020 fiscal year.
No, it'll get paid out of this year if you have a purchase order opened for them.
Okay.
So all your bills up to June 30th will be paid out of this year. So if you don't have any, if you are expecting a bill and you don't have a purchase order, let me know by next week and we'll get it open.
Okay.
Okay?
I think her list was pretty complete, so, but we'll go over, I'll go over it.
Actually, I talked to her about the list. We went over the list because some of them purchase orders I had already increased. Like the Bank of America was already increased. So we increased the R&D apparel. We increased the one to you. Bill Thorne purchase order was already in the system that was approved today, so I forwarded that out today.
Oh, good. Okay.
We already had the purchase order for Fast Signs, so I gave her that number. So you guys should be pretty much set. I have to open one for her, but she's not in our financial system, so I submitted a request to add her. So once they, probably maybe Monday, I'll get, I don't know if Cheryl's still there now or not, but as soon as I get that, I'll put it in.
Okay.
Okay.
And then when we get the bills, we'll send them to you.
That will be perfect. Are you ready for me to sign it over to you?
Roxanne.
Yes.
Hi. Okay, I'm
said,
going to change. What?
Sorry. I said, April, the invoices for the shirts.
Okay, yeah, I got them. I submitted them today.
Okay. And then she had the one for the bags too.
Right, we submitted both of those today.
Okay, and then I gave her a paper invoice from Copycats.
Yeah, I talked to her about that because I wasn't sure if you were getting reimbursed because we don't have a PO for Copycat, so I'm going to open one for them.
Okay.
Yeah, because she said it to pay them directly. Is that correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I think we're in good shape then.
What about Fast Signs?
Fast Signs is good. We had a purchase order for them already too, but actually I didn't see that invoice, so maybe you can send it to me again.
Okay, because I sent them to April, but I'll send them to you too.
Yeah, that would be good. Okay, great. All right, I'm going to hand over the, oh, I should put this, do you want me to put this on pause? I didn't, we're recording, sorry. Or just leave it.
You can put it on pause.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn this over to you.
Beautiful. Okay, this is Pam Ball. I'm calling to order the May 28th special meeting for the Farmers Market. We have 1 week to go until opening day, so Jamie Allen is excused, and if everybody else could chime in, we'll do roll call.
Hi, everybody. It's Ellen. I'm normally muted, but I'm here.
Lori Harry, Assistant Market Manager.
April Brunel, I'm here as treasurer.
Harry, present. liaison is present.
Woohoo! Paula, you can sign in.
Paula Watkins, volunteer. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm going to start with, I sent around a little email with the things to remember to talk about because I can't remember anything. This is still Pam. I'm going to start with the mock market. We had the mock market last night. We had, I would say, I don't know, what do you think, 10 vendors, Lori? Maybe more, April?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I think it was really very good that we had it because it took an awful long time for them to wrap their head around the space. So, but they all have a good idea about it now. They all understand how they are situated and what they have to work with, and they seemed pretty excited to not have to use their tent and pretty excited that they have something they can hammer nails into. And the vegetable people were not particularly happy with being on the sunny side. It's not great for their vegetables. But when I explained to them that they were going to have the longest lines and that was the only way for them to have long lines, they got it. So that's the reason why they're on the sunny side. And according to what John Fish said at the Stonington market, the longest lines have been at the vegetable booth. So this is good. I think we did the right thing. Lori took care of the food truck people. So if you don't mind commenting on that, that would be great.
So Frank's Pizza, right? That's Frank's Pizza.
Frank's Pizza was there, yep.
And then Rolling Tomato. I think they were the only two though, right?
I think so.
Okay. They seemed fine with it. They liked where they were going to be. I think the Rolling Tomato has the 8-foot trailer on their truck. So they were concerned about that, but there's so much space there. And Vince Whittle came and I gave him the layout, the lay of the land and what we were looking for. And Vince is going to have the guys all over everything. He's going to have one or two of the guys, older guys, up where the vendors are going to enter. They'll be directing vendor traffic. Once all the vendors are in, they're going to shut the gates. He will have, if it's not, it may be himself will be parking the food trucks so that he will get them all organized and done. He's putting somebody up at the entrance, somebody down near the corner where the grass and the parking starts there as you come down the hill. And then he's going to have some of the boys out parking. So, yes, Miss April.
And also my son's going to be helping wherever anybody needs him to.
Right,
So.
and so is Matthew. But the point was that Vince has a lot of that covered with the food trucks. So, but the two people were fine. The only thing that Rolling Tomato, I don't what is his name?
Matt.
He did not seem thrilled. He's like, because I told him, I said you have to make sure that everything is closed. You know, packages are closed. I said, when you have your pizza slices, I said they have to be put in something. I said, whether you're wrapping them in tinfoil or to go, you know, something. He's like, well, I don't think I can do slices then. And I'm like, well, that's I said, that's your decision. I'm like, you know, I said, we're not making, I said, other trucks are doing pre-order. I said, I know that's hard for you. But I said, that's your decision, you know, based on whether your sales, that, you know. So he's like, well, maybe I'll get, I said, you could even just get those wax bags, like We used to use them at the restaurant and put like pastries and whatever. They have wax bags you could just slide a piece of pizza into. But
Yep.
anyway, bottom line is both of them were fine with it. They liked the idea.
Did they know they were both pizza guys?
Nope, because I talked to one first and he left, and then the other one showed up.
I mean, there's been so many. I've sent enough emails that said there's no eating on the premises that he should have figured out he couldn't be selling slices.
Well, he could sell them. He just needs to put the. When I go to Valentino's and they sell me slices,
They put it in a box.
they put them in a box.
Yeah. Yeah. April, did you have any comments? Oh,
No, I
you
just
made
think
it.
it's silly if he says he can't put them in a box, because I know I've been at events like baseball games and hockey games where you get a slice, it comes in a pizza slice box. So they make them.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to buy them.
April, did you have any comments from the mock market?
No, but people were asking good questions. I know we'll get a lot of questions when people during the real market. They won't know where to go to unload, so there'll be a lot. I think a lot of chaos at the beginning, but I think once they go through it once, it'll be fine. It'll just be the people who are coming there for the first time. I know not everybody's coming every week, so I'll have to re-answer all those questions, and probably have to watch if people have their gloves on, their masks on, and how they're handling with people. So we might have to keep an eye on making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. But it'll be all right.
This is Pam. I think I'm going to, I think I need to be the one to get the vendors into the parking area, because we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to decide if we're going to have people drive through, if somebody's backing up in a space that's convenient for them. So I think it's going to be a little bit of Tetris. I think we have to keep an eye on that. So I might actually be there with Vince instead of a scout, or maybe the three of us will be there and I'll tell the scout where to go put the person. But I think the first day is going to be a little hectic getting everybody in.
You mean up at the gate?
To actually say, okay, you drive to spot number or whatever, back in, unload. And then, okay, if somebody's at spot number 6, then maybe somebody has to wait if they're near spot 6, or if they come in and they're spot 12, then they can back in at the end. I think we're going to have to do a little bit of that until all the vendors are in.
Yeah, no, I agree with. Like, you be down directing them. I think Vince just meant he was going to have somebody up at the gate to tell people drive that way.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Very good. Any other comments on the mock market? I think it was great that we did it and necessary. Okay. Next item on to remember to talk about, Jamie had brought up the issue of how are we going to manage the delivery to the cars, to the people that want it. So one thing I talked about with Vince is that when people drive in and they're about at the Morgan barn, somebody needs to ask them if they're there strictly to pick up a market delivery. We'll put a piece of paper under their windshield wiper, and then they'll know to be parked by the first 2 handicap signs right when you come down the hill on the side of the Morgan barn. And then the scouts can run their food out to them, and then they can leave. And they don't really have to interfere with the rest of the market operations. And then we'll just take the piece of paper off their windshield wiper and use it again. I don't think we're going to have that many of those, though.
Right.
Janie.
Which one's the Morgan barn?
The red barn on the way down the hill.
Oh, okay. The one that's from the fair that they do hamburgers in. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Where the heck did you come from?
It's changed, so I wanted to get up.
Red Barn is not the place they do hamburgers.
They do. They do have hamburger sales out of there. It's not the hamburger booth, though. It's the hamburger barn.
It's their food. Yeah, it's their food. They do food down there too.
Yeah.
Ah,
So does that sound like a good system for our car delivery?
well, they'll be, will the parking places be reserved for people that are doing food delivery or waiting for
We're
food
going to use
delivery?
we're going to use the first two handicapped ones, and then we'll use the ones next to that. So we can, Lori, we have signs to, oh, we can hang them off a caution tape. Pickup only signs. Yeah, we can do that.
And the handicap signs, we can actually move the two over, like the two handicap signs that are at that end, we could actually move them 2 spots over. So like we could have 2 pickup spots and then 2 handicap spots. Because moving those 2 handicap spots over, I don't think are going to make a difference.
Can we move those? They look to me like they were in the ground. I don't think they're portable.
I guess we'll have to find out.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that are handicapped because of the gravel walkway. So, okay, any more on the car delivery setup? The vendors are going to have to notify us if they have packages. That's their responsibility to us, and I'll make a note of that in the final email before the market. Okay, and because I can't do things in any particular order.
Jamie's got something to say.
Who does? Oh, yes, Jamie.
So my question is this. So if the vendors identify that they've got pre-orders, are they giving us the pre-orders and then we're delivering them to the cars? Okay.
Yes.
So when Boy Scouts check the people in, they would have to, are they going to tell us who they are, or we're just going to have somebody that's going up to those parked vehicles to say, who are you, and then go back and get their stuff?
I think the scouts can get the last name, and then that last name should be on everybody's package.
Right. And then we're
phone number.
Okay, and then the scouts are coming over to us. We're giving them the stuff, and they're bringing it over to them. Got it. Okay, thank you.
We're actually going to be having a tent set up on that corner right there on that far end of the barn. Like our entrance is going to be the other end, so we're going to have a tent set up there so that the vendors can deliver whatever pre-order prepays they have. They can deliver them to us there, and then we can have them on a table and just their names and dump them in a car and say thank you, bye-bye.
Okay. Any other comments on that? Oh, all right, I am going to skip around a little bit. For the porta potty, we do have a place for the porta potty, and I'm going to ask April to call and find out what date they're going to bring it, so we can make sure there's a sign there so they put it in the right place.
Yep, I can do that.
Awesome. Let's see.
April,
Yeah.
you and Miss Linda, I can barely hear you when you
Well, that's
talk.
because my microphone is far away. I'll pull it closer.
Yay!
Much more better.
There you go.
Okay. Petty cash, we have $132 in petty cash. I think we need to get more. I'm thinking $250 and a lot of $5 bills. Does that sound like a good amount? Okay, so April, if you could contact Nancy and get like $100 in $5 bills, that would be great.
Sure.
That'll bring us up to 232. That's close enough to 250.
Okie dokie.
Hopefully people will buy the bags for $20 and donate that $5 into the donation jar that April has also very kindly volunteered to make. And James helped because apparently he ate all the cheese balls out of the container.
He did. I did in like 2 days, and I was like, whoa.
Oh, okay. All right, Valentino's. So we wanted to do something for Valentino's since I don't know the man's name that passed away. Mr. Valentino passed away. So do you want to comment on that, Lori, or?
Well, I have an idea. Because I know you say we were putting a donation bucket out. I know that in his obituary, Jackie, who is his wife, that owns Valentino's, in the obituary, she said, in lieu of flowers and donations, please make your donations to the Ledyard Food Pantry. Write your checks out, donate food, that sort of thing, and give them to the Ledyard Food Pantry in his name. So I was thinking maybe we could have a donation bucket for the food pantry and then donate it in his honor or memory to the Ledyard Food Pantry.
In addition to the food bucket to help the market overcome our COVID expenses? Because we were also going to have a donation bucket to help pay for the.
I just thought it would be a better way than giving a straight donation to them.
We decided, hi, it's Ellen, as a commission that we're giving them a donation.
Well, that's what we're discussing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really uncomfortable with it. We're a town commission. I'm not sure what the basis is for making a donation. They're a great member of the community and they support the market, but I'm a little uncomfortable with the whole thing.
If we took up a collection at the market, we could do it. We could take up a collection amongst ourselves.
I guess. I mean, we didn't do anything for Lopresti. We didn't do anything for Sydney Olson. To me, it feels really uneven.
I think Lori's thinking had been that Valentino's has been a sponsor of the market and given us quite a bit of money, and the other people we sent cards to, but they never financially supported the market.
And I don't disagree with that at all. I'm not saying it's a level playing field. I don't know. I've never, the whole idea of a town commission making a donation, I don't know. I'd be interested in Linda's thoughts on it, and I'll defer to whatever the group wants, of course. I just was surprised when I saw it and that we weren't talking more about it.
It's on the thing to talk about, so.
Definitely, that's why we're doing it.
This is Linda. Can you hear me?
Barely.
Kind of.
Okay, I'm not sure why. How's that?
Better.
Okay. I also had a problem with it. Initially, the proposal I thought was going to show up as a donation through that GoFundMe or whatever it was. I guess it was a Facebook donation, and I did object to that. I don't know. I feel a little odd too, having been on boards and commissions for a gazillion years. I've never seen it happen. So when Lori just brought up the idea about the bucket, I kind of warmed to that idea simply because we have done that before. Remember, we did that for, what was her name? I'm drawing a blank. That woman that was such a big supporter of the market. We did do a
Susan?
bucket for her. So I lean, if we're going to do something, if you're going to do something, I like that idea better than actually writing out a check. And then, of course, the other option is you just all do it individually and pool your resources.
So what are people thinking? Go ahead, Jamie.
I agree. Same thing when the young girl passed away. I personally don't feel like it's a commission's job. We're a town committee. I don't think we should be donating town committee money. But I don't have a problem if the individuals want to pool money, and I don't have a problem if we want to put it on the put a donation bucket up. But when that girl died, that office daughter died, I had said then that I didn't feel like it was right for a commission to do that. So I agree with Ellen.
I can't see anybody else, so just jump in if you have something to say.
Oh, this is April. I'm fine with the bucket. I think that's fine because that's individuals gonna be putting their money in, and then it's not from our budget. It's just a donation bucket out there. I think that's fine.
Anybody else? So I think we're leaning towards a donation bucket, and then we'll make a donation to the food pantry in his name from the market.
That would be that would be a very nice token of appreciation and respect because they are generous. The other one just didn't sit well with me going the other way.
Okay, do we actually need to vote on, oh, go ahead, Jamie.
Say because we're also going to try to hopefully get donations to make up for the money we've spent on COVID. Maybe we decide to only put the bucket out for Valentino's honor for maybe 1 or 2 markets, and then after that we go back to the bucket for our COVID thing.
Yes, that would be exact. That I was going to say something like that as well. I don't want to cut off our noses to spite our face and making a wonderful gesture to a great family, but short ourselves.
I wasn't saying to put the bucket out for the entire market. I just meant for a couple of.
No. Yeah. So, okay, do we need to vote on this, Linda?
I would vote on it. I would vote on it.
So I will make a motion to collect donations at the market for 2 weeks to donate to the Ledyard Food Pantry in the name of Valentino's on the loss of the owner.
Sure. This is April. I'll second it. Jamie did have her hand up though.
Okay, all in favor? I see hands. I can't see Ellen.
Hi there.
See April.
Yes, I'm a yes. My hand is up.
Okay, I can't see can't see Melody. Oh, there she's a thumbs up, and Pete's a thumbs up. Okay, great. So passes unanimously. Terrific. And then we'll switch the bucket to us after that. Okay. Next discussion we actually have to have is about a meat vendor. So I talked to Mike. He said he had mailed his application and we didn't get it. So I called him up and I said, hey, I don't have your application. And he said that it had been mailed. I asked him to bring it on opening day. And then I said, are you, setting some meat aside for us? Are you saving up some stuff for the market? And he basically said, well, I don't have a lot of meat. He said that the issue is the slaughterhouses are booked. And so even though he has the animals, he can't get the animals slaughtered. And he said there's a pretty universal problem with all of the meat vendors. But I think we need to try to find some other meat vendors. And I know Melody sent around a list of some people. And I think I would like to contact Swampy Acres first because they have the best variety. Because Firefly is everywhere and I don't know if they'll have enough. And we'll take it from there. But I really think we owe it to our market patrons to find another vendor. Any comments?
Yeah, it's Ellen. So Mike is just out,
Pretty much.
but isn't he doing the Full Heart Farm Consortium? That's not the right word, but you guys know what I mean. The collective?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. I feel a little funny about that, but that's okay. He'll do it. I mean, it's a business decision.
Pete?
This is Lori. I keep trying to wave. So
I can't see everybody.
I know. So actually, I got a phone call from Mike today. And I was on the phone with him for a good half hour. And he wanted to make sure you understand that it's not that he doesn't have meat. He is setting aside meat for the market. But it's like you said, it's no matter who we get, they are not going to have the quantity that they usually have for a market. Mike usually sends one pig every 2 weeks, even during market season for processing. During this whole thing, he's been sending 6 a week. That's 6 times the business that he's been doing on a normal basis. 12 times, excuse me. So the slaughterhouses are booked all through April, he was saying. He was telling me, and it's not just him, like he was saying the lady that does Hen of the Woods, she's doing chicken, right? How much chicken is she actually bringing, though?
She didn't say she was having a problem, and I spent a lot of time on the phone with her.
This is Linda. I buy a lot of my meat from farms. I am having a real problem. I run from Bush Hill Dairy to Econk. Everybody's having the problem. And they really are truly having a problem. I wait until they say it's coming in and I rush out and get it. So, and the grocery stores don't have it either. I mean, it's just a fact of life, unfortunately.
Not only that, Mike, I know when I went to Village Market maybe 2 weeks ago, usually their hamburger is about $4 a pound. It's now up to $8 a pound, and Mike sells his burger for $7.50. So Mike's burger at this point is actually cheaper than going to a grocery store. But what Mike was trying to get across was he will have meat. It's just that it's going to sell out. He doesn't have the means to get as much as he needs, and actually nobody does. So when he sells out, it's going to be sold out for the market, whether it's an hour in, hour and a half in. So, but that's what he wanted me to try to get across. And it's not that it's just him, or, he's not setting aside anything, because he is. He just wanted, because I even brought up of having a second meat vendor, just to offset what he was doing, and asked him how he felt about that. And he was like, he wasn't like cheering over it, but he was like, no, I totally understand that point. But he's like, one of the places, and it may have been, what was the one you were talking about, Pam?
Swampy Acres.
It's either, he said he knows the guy from Swampy Acres, and I believe that's the one, and maybe Paula. His prices undercut pretty much most of the other meat suppliers, local farming meat suppliers, like, because his prices are crazy low. He said, but the quality isn't also as good as some of the other ones. But he also said that if we did get Firefly, he said he does not enjoy that person and will not come to the market if Firefly is there. Look at Paula's face. So I guess it's we have enough meat for who gets there, or if not. I mean, it all just depends on what you guys feel like doing, but everybody is pretty much running low on meat.
This is Linda.
So this is Pam. Go ahead, Linda.
Oh, I was just going to say, where I did get some beef 2 weeks ago was Redhead Farm, ironically.
Yeah, you know what? Mike was talking about them. They're not even doing farmers markets, Redhead. He said they're so busy and selling so much meat now, they're not even doing farmers markets anymore.
So this is Pam. So I'm glad Mike told you those things, because he really didn't tell me much of anything. I called him up, I talked to him, and all he basically said was he was having a hard time getting meat, and I asked him, does this mean we need to get another meat vendor? And he was like, well, he didn't really say anything about other vendors like he said to you. So I figured it was the market's decision about how much meat to have at the market if we think the vendor that we have doesn't have enough. I'd like to know what people think. And I have, go ahead.
What I was going to suggest is if we're kind of on the fence about it, we can see how the first market goes, first one or two, and then see if we can get somebody to come in if we feel that he's running out too quickly. Because if they're not booked for Wednesday, they're not going to be booked in the future either. There's not many markets that go on Wednesday over there.
Anybody else have comments?
I was just going to say exactly what Melody said, that we should just see how the first, couple of markets go and then kind of decide from there. I mean, we're pretty much going to be gauging everything by the way the first couple of markets go. So, yeah. Oh, and also Pam, I don't know if you saw my message earlier. When I talked to Mike, I said, it dawned on me, and maybe this is wrong. I asked him where Chris sent the check, and she sent it to Town Hall. So it could be sitting in Town Hall, and we don't know it because nobody's in Town Hall.
I think Jamie, go ahead.
Asked the other day, and there was only that one envelope that was addressed to Ellen, but it was a food truck or something. I told you about that on the chat. And then Fred said he'll check tomorrow because he can hear everybody. He said he'll check tomorrow to see if anything else came in. But other than that one thing that's sitting there, he's not aware of anything.
Okay, I tried to solve that mystery. My Scooby senses weren't very good.
And didn't one time, I feel like maybe it was a year or two ago, remember somebody sent in a check and it didn't say Leaded Farmers Market on it, so the treasurer or somebody just cashed it, and then we just had to figure out where it was. So maybe I'll have Fred ask too if something came in that wasn't labeled properly.
This is Pam. It should have had the whole application package in it because we don't even have his application. So if they opened the envelope, it should have been pretty obvious where it needed to go. So I told him he could just bring it on opening day. But if it comes in the meantime, it would be good to know about it. So I like Melody's idea about holding off. But if Mike's going to sell out in an hour, then I think we need to try to find somebody else. And I will tell you that I have heard that Firefly had a run-in with John Fish as well. So I think we might wish to avoid that vendor. But if Melody found, I think, 4 on her list. So we'll see how it goes, and then we'll take it from there.
Pete did have his hand up. I don't know if he still has something to say.
Pete?
Thank you. Yeah, I agree with Melody and Lori that I think you owe a little bit of loyalty to Mike because he's been there for all of them, and just see how it goes the first one. I mean, you can look people in the eye and say, yes, we did offer meat. So just see how it goes and pivot for the following week. That's all. Over. Hi, Fred, if you're listening. Bye.
Awesome. All right, so Melody, thank you for doing that research. We'll hang on to those names, and we'll see how the first week or two goes. Take it from there. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Market Day. I'm trying to figure out who's going to be where on Market Day. I'm going to run around on Market Day, and I can be at the table afterwards. I'm trying to figure out where other people feel like they can help out the most.
I know where I'll be.
Lori's going to be recovering. Yay!
I'll do whatever you want me to do. Just give me a job and I'll do it.
I didn't think that you were going to be able to be available with Happy. So that's exactly what I was going to say. I should be there by 4:30 and I can be there doing whatever you need me to until we're done.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm good.
Yay.
Ellen will be there at 4:30. Jamie will be there early.
This April. I'll be there early with James.
Okay, you have a booth though.
Amy, will I be there early?
But I'll be early, yeah.
This is Paula. I took a half day at work, so what is early?
11 o'clock in the morning.
Pretty much. No.
That's a little earlier
So-
than my half day, but
So vendor setup starts at 2:30. So that means everything needs to be marked, coned, signs out, tents up. So I was probably going to get there at 11 and get started. But if anybody can get there at 1 and there's many hands, it'll go a lot faster. And then we have to sit around and wait while the vendors set up. But we have to have all that done before they get there.
At the mock market yesterday, right, it was yesterday. I know I was talking to April and Pam, and I thought, because my surgery is Tuesday, what I would like to do, and if anybody's available to do it with Pam and I and whoever, maybe I'll drag Pete, is go down and kind of do like a pre-setup. Anything that can actually be like the A-frame signs that can be put out. We can figure out where to place them. The enter little parking arrow, like stuff that we could put in and set out and not have to worry about that for opening day. I thought we'd go down there and do that, and not that way we're not running around and being crazy.
I would love to help you with that. I just can't be there till the after, like probably late afternoon, like 4-ish.
It wouldn't be until then anyway.
Yeah, so count me in. Just let me know where and when. I haven't been there yet, so I'm actually glad to get there and get a little acclimated with the new setup.
Do we want to say Monday at 4? Pete?
Oh, I thought you said Tuesday.
So, I think she meant Monday.
Lori's surgery is Tuesday.
No, my surgery is Tuesday, so I said if we went Monday, I could help.
Oh, yeah, I can make Monday work too. That's fine.
Does anybody know what the weather's going to look like next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Wednesday is rainy. The rest of the day week is nice.
Wednesday's rainy?
I think so. I checked this morning and it looked like Wednesday was like a 50% chance of rain all day.
I'm checking right now.
Bummer.
I'm checking right now.
Wednesday AM showers, it shows on weather.com. Tuesday, partly cloudy. Monday, mostly sunny.
Oh yeah, that's changed. 40% chance of showers. Hey, you know what? We're underneath.
It's only in the morning, it says, so we should be all right.
Yeah, and it could change.
But that's just a consideration if you're setting up stuff that's going to be out that shouldn't be getting wet.
Right.
We were talking about like A-frames and stuff. That stuff's weatherproof.
Roger that. Sorry.
So why don't we say Monday, 4 o'clock, and we can get what we can get set up, and we can put, have a map of where everything else goes to put out on Wednesday. Melody.
I probably won't be able to get there until about 4:30, just let you know.
Oh, that's fine.
I'll be there.
Jamie?
Okay. Did we ever determine where our stuff's going to be stored, or are we just still right now in the burger barn?
Okay, this is Pam. So today I went and I moved our tables from the burger barn to the chowder house. The chowder house has our A-frames. It has our tents. It has the not the chalkboard sign, but the sign that spins around on that wire. I don't have any other good name for it. And it has our mag liner cart in there now. So the only thing we don't really have space for is the wash stands. But everything else is, hi! Everything else is in the chowder house. So So we're good for now for that. And the wash stands, you know, maybe worse comes to worse, we'll put them under the stairs outside the church because our grill has been out there for years and nobody's touched it. So, go ahead.
Any other tables? Should I be bringing the ones that I have here, or do we have enough already?
We have 2 full-size folding tables, and I guess that's your little table being used at the food pantry? Little folding table?
The little one, I'm sorry, this is little. This is Linda. and I'm not little. Um, Jamie, the food pantry is using your little table, but I ordered a new one, and we should have that by the weekend. So that one will be available. Or, well, it is going to be available one way or the other. It's your table.
This is Pam. So I think
If you wanted me to bring my 8-foot table, but if not, we're fine.
I think we're good. And I'm going to say that once our finances are all calmed down and we spent all the money that we need to spend and have, you know, we're not in spending mode anymore, then we can decide which tables we need to get and get your cash box back to you and all the other stuff that we have from other people, and the market will take care of all that. But right now we just have too much going on to deal with that. So is Monday at 4 o'clock for anybody who can make it? Come see the space. We'll start putting out the signs. We'll start hanging things up, banners, all that good stuff. Lori?
Miss Pam,
Yes.
when can I grab the zip ties from you so we can hang those banners?
I'll bring them by tomorrow.
Okay. And Jamie,
And Mark.
Pam and I talked to St. David's about hanging a banner there, but I thought maybe with your brain and maybe Linda too, we have an extra banner that says Ledyard Farmers Market Wednesdays 4 to 7, June through September, and I thought if we could get somewhere to hang one in Gales Ferry, because Tony accidentally made 2 of them, even though I only wanted 1, so he gave us the second one for free. And I thought if we could hang one in Gales Ferry, why not?
The spot for it.
The middle school hill.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one. That's a good one. You know, on the hill, yeah, the hill is usually the political signs there. It's when you pull into the driveway. You don't mean the middle school, you mean Juliet Long, right, Linda?
Yes, Juliet Long.
And there's something to hang a banner on?
There's a fence. So it's a pretty easy one to hang on. It's a fence.
Okay, and it's visible, obviously. I don't see it in my brain. Is all I'm saying.
Visible.
Okay, well then, how about? Are we allowed to hang it there?
Oh, I'm sure.
I'll just tell him Linda said it was okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'll be like, Linda Davis told me I could do it, so therefore I can.
we put political signs there, so I'm pretty sure we could put a farmer's market sign there.
And not only that, I don't even know if there's going to be sports there this summer, so it's not like we would be interfering with baseball.
Is that good with you, Pam?
That's great with me. Okay. It'd be nice to have one on that side of town. Speaking of signs.
Oh, yes. No, I was just going to say, for those of you who don't know, we also had a welcome to the Ledyard Farmers Market banner made up, and Joe Tillman is hanging it from the entrance of the barn for us. So that'll be hanging there.
So speaking of signs, we have the new, really nice, really large Ledyard Farmers Market signs, and we started putting some of those out. So I think we have 12. And I wanted to run through the list of where we have them and where else we can put some up. So April took some, I took some, and I think Lori gave some to Melody. So there's one at Shoeville in 214, 3 to Melody. There's one at Shoeville in 214. There's one at the post office where the Ledyard Garden is. Corrado put one in at the high school for us. And April put one at the corner of 117 and Colonel Ledyard at that corner where the library is. And if people could tell me where else they put them, I will add it to the list.
This is April. I also put one at Gallup Hill in Shoeville and at the Gallup Hill Marketplace, not the Village Marketplace, but the Gallup Hill Marketplace corner.
Gallup Hill and Shoeville. And then at that Pumpkin Hill Market thing?
Correct, right there at that corner.
Okay. And you did the one there. Okay. So, Melody, where did you put yours?
I meant to put them out today, but I didn't. I'll put them out tomorrow. One's going to go in front of our work, which is Kings Highway. And then we talked about doing one closer to like McDonald's area. I don't know if those are too close. And then Gloria said she wanted one at the church at St. David's, whatever. I can never remember which one. The St. Church. But if we're going to have a sign right there and another sign, I don't know if we want to have one there. We're going to have 2 banners there, one at the actual church, and then another banner at the Juliet Long. I don't know if we want to put another sign right there. So I don't know if anybody has any other ideas of where we could put it. Maybe near the library, so you're hitting that area, the library or the post office area.
The banner's not getting hung up at St. David's.
St. David's.
Oh, I thought you were going to do one there too.
No, we're gonna end up doing it at Juliet Long. So one will go. The
Okay,
banner
so
will
that's
go
in
at Juliet
places.
Long,
Oh, okay.
and then
I
Legends.
thought you had 3. Okay, so do you want me to put one out in front of St. David's too?
I would. Right on that corner.
3 places, but it'll be all on Route 12. Is that fine?
Yeah, it's really well traveled.
Okay, and that's where I'll put them tomorrow.
Okay, so Melody, you've got St. David's in front of your work, and then maybe the Gales Ferry Landing area, right?
Yeah, close to there, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that.
We go farther down Route 12, like closer to Groton.
I wasn't sure where to put one down there. I was thinking about it.
Okay, then we'll just put it in those places, and if we think about it, then we can move something.
Okay. I was wondering, so that leaves us how many signs? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 or 4 more signs we can put up, right?
I have 3 of them. 3,
And I
6,
have
9.
1.
We got 12 signs, so I have 3. Yes, Jamie, me.
Signs that we're putting out on Thursday nights and picking up on, on Tuesday nights and then picking up on Thursday mornings, or these signs we're keeping out?
These are signs we're keeping out.
They're the yard signs.
So we've got 4 more spots we can pick to put them.
When I came home today, I didn't see any at the high school. So Fred normally pops one in the ground between Colonel Ledyard Highway and Gallup Hill. You know where the high school sign is right there? It's on that corner. Fred usually puts one there for me. So do you know where Cardi was putting his near the high school? Because I didn't see it.
I saw it
I
there.
did. I saw it there.
Yep, it's there.
Where is it?
It's right on that corner.
It is there already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to put
got-
one. I had so much running around to do today. I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm going to put one on the corner of 117 and Churchill. I was thinking about putting one on the end of Shoeville and Route 2, but when I drove out there today, the grass is so high because it's state grass. It's the state. So I was like, there's just no point in putting one there because nobody would even see it. Yes, Miss Melody.
I believe, Linda, didn't you say that the 117 in Church is not a place we should put them because it's privately owned and they removed them?
They removed them because the property owner is the Ledyard Ecclesiastical Society, and they did not want the Republican signs there. So I think they would probably be okay with the farmers market signs.
I can ask about that.
Well, I could even
Where is
post
this?
it on the other side. That's all woods.
Okay. Okay, why don't you do that?
Where else? That's one. I have two more. Yes, Jamie.
What about if we gave one to the town hall and had them put it out on Wednesdays, just Wednesdays, so it's not sitting there all week?
Great idea.
I know somebody that works there. I'll ask them to do
I was
it.
thinking an A-frame. Would they put an A-frame out?
Oh, the mayor is very strong. I bet you he would.
Because that's what I was thinking about today when I drove by twice. I was like, I wonder if they'd let us have an A-frame.
Yeah, I don't see why not. When he gets home, I'll ask him. I think he's gonna say yes.
Tell him he can either move the A-frame or another toilet for me.
So
where do you want the other two, Pam?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. You guys know the Gales Ferry side of town a little bit better. We could maybe put one. I was thinking maybe Hidden Brook would let us put one in front of her place.
What about the end of 117 and 184 in Groton, right by Henny Penny and Dunkin' Donuts and the old Tim Hortons in that area?
Can we put one there? That's not Ledyard anymore. Hi, Melody. Go ahead.
I was just going to suggest, what about at the firehouse? Would the firehouse let us put one outside there in Galesbury?
Ooh. Well, that's a good idea.
I don't know if they'll let us.
How about one in Preston somewhere?
I'm gonna ask Ken Zachum, Linda, and maybe he'll let me put one right there in front of Lumax.
That would be a great one. Yeah, that would be a great location.
Yeah, I'll stop over there tomorrow and ask Ken, or I'll just Facebook him tonight. So that's a good location. That's right on Route 2.
Yeah, that is a good one. What about
What about what about down where the other police station used to be? They just moved from the industrial park.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Jamie.
This would be allowed, but what about there's the Ledyard, welcome to Ledyard sign when you're coming up from Preston, and then there's that church on the corner that has the red door. Like if you went left, you would have gone to the old, I can't think of the name of that creamery you worked as a kid. So, but if you would, yes, and then there's the Preston Park, and then when you're driving up,
James.
That's what?
That's St. James Church. That's where I keep saying St. David's and St. James when we're talking about the churches.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, then you go past the Preston Park, and then there's the Welcome to Ledyard sign. Would we be allowed to put one there? Linda? She must be gone, but
no, I'm here. I don't see why not. Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah.
Because that would be good, because you would, that seems like a good spot to me. I don't know.
All right, so 117 by St. James Church.
I just wanted to mention I wasn't I wasn't writing down them all. And you have some in Gales Ferry. Did you pick Mary Casabria's property on the corner of Military and Route 12? Because that's a decent spot. But is that too close to others? Do you know what I mean? Across from McDonald's?
Yeah, I know exactly where it is. And actually, Melody, when we said putting it near like McDonald's, that's pretty much right across the street.
So just put it on her property, and I'll just let her know we're doing that. It's vacant right now, so nobody would mess with it.
Tell Mary
Great.
we're gonna go for the record. See if she can keep her Christmas tree or the Ledyard Farmers Market sign up longer.
She cut the Christmas tree down. Anyway,
I think
just let me know, and I'll let her know if you decide on that one.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll put it there tomorrow. Instead of the one at Dunkin' Donuts McDonald's area, I'll put it there.
It's that little.
It's on the other side of the road, and I think that'll be good.
It's a little white craftsman house. You know which one that is, right?
I know exactly where it is. Yep.
Jamie?
Say, Melody, another spot too is the Chapman Lane sign, for the building we used to be in. Right on the side of there, that might, that's what I'm just saying, it's another option. I like Casabria's property better, but you were saying near McDonald's earlier. I didn't know if that would be easier.
I'm going to do it in place of that one. I'll do her house instead of the one near McDonald's.
Okay. I think the 12 new signs are accounted for. Plus we have last year's signs. So if we find a spot that, we think, oh, I don't have any more signs left. We have more signs from last year we can put out. So the other signs we need to talk about are the A-frames. So the A-frames are the signs that say Market Today, and they have to be put up and taken down. They can go up Tuesday night, but they have to be taken down Thursday morning at the very latest. So usually we put one at the post office in Ledyard. We have permission to put one at St. David's, and we usually put one at the market entrance. So do we want to switch something to Town Hall instead of the one at the corner at the post office? I think that one might be more visible than Town Hall.
I was thinking, well, the one at the town hall would certainly be easier from one of the employees or Fred to bring it out than to have Melody have to slug it across the street at the corner. But I see what you're saying. You're saying the corner would have more traffic.
More visibility. And we do need volunteers to do the A-frame at St. David's and the A-frame at the post office.
Did somebody volunteer to do signs?
I'm sorry?
Did somebody volunteer to do signs? Why do I feel like there was somebody at the end of last season that volunteered to do signs for this season? Did somebody sign up for the volunteer thing, Linda? Remember somebody?
I will look as we're talking.
No takers?
Oh, I could definitely take one. I don't care which one.
That's awesome. Is there any other
I'll
takers?
do the post office one if we're still doing that one.
Okay. So if April could do the one at St. David's and Melody could do the one at the post office, that would be awesome. And the other one.
Or if we end up deciding at the town hall, are we definitely doing the post office, or are we still talking about the town hall?
Post office.
Okay.
It's the most visible.
Okay. I will be doing that.
Melody, if you'd rather I did it, I have no problem doing it.
It doesn't really matter. So sometimes I just forget to do it on my way home, but so I sometimes don't get there until Thursday, but usually it's fine.
Pete, if you could do it, Pete.
Wait, what? Huh? I can't hear you.
I'm not sure Jamie's talking. If she is, we can't hear her. So Melody, you're fine with doing that sign again? Like you did in the winter? Okay. April, do you want to see if Pete can do your sign or you're okay?
I'm fine. Don't worry.
All right. Pete, we'll put you to work someplace else. Don't worry.
Hey, whatever's needed, you know that. And whatever Jamie was going to recommend I do, I'll do that too.
Okay. All right. I'm putting names next to this on my notes, so. Okay. All right. I think we're getting near the end of the list.
I lost you. I have no idea what you were saying. Can you hear me? Am I on mute?
No, I can hear you. Can't hear Jamie.
Jamie, can you hear us?
I can hear everybody.
Okay, because we couldn't hear what you were saying to Pete before. We lost you.
Saying that the signs are very heavy and that if Pete could do it instead of Melody, I think that well, that's what I was saying. Sorry, my phone rang through and it picked up the call and I didn't know how to fix anything. So
yeah, Jamie, I'll do anything. Anything you ladies want me to do, it would be an honor. Let the minutes reflect that.
April and Melody, you have your chance.
All right, Pete, it's all yours.
Was that Melody? Okay, Pete, you are responsible for that sign. April, I did speak with St. David's, and we can actually probably leave the sign at St. David's if you don't want to take it home.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. We'll just have to like hide it in the play area or something and cover it with a plastic bag.
Yeah, we'll put
Something
it
like that. Lori?
Sorry, I was waving to that cute little kid that's with Melody.
Oh, hi. Okay, we're almost to the end. Lori wanted to propose buying shirts for our regular volunteers.
Other than the Boy Scouts, do we have volunteers? I really held off on doing it because I don't know where we would use them, and we don't want to have too many extra bodies around. And I didn't ask anybody about wearing masks and gloves and all of the things that we are required to have them do.
No, right now we have the Scouts, and Vince is going to have them there for a while, so I'm not really worried about volunteers.
Good.
And I have, if we have anybody who wants to volunteer and wants a volunteer shirt, I still have the whole box of them.
And I still have 2 or 3 that the ARC gave back to me, and Emma Calhoun that I washed and just tucked away with my summer clothes. So I've got a couple sizes here too, I think.
So, but anyway, I was, my proposal was not so much for volunteer shirts, but was to see if the market would be willing to purchase a shirt, a market shirt for our honorary team members of James and Justin and Matthew. And I talked to Jamie, and she said she's not really sure what the kids are doing, so not to worry about there. So it would be 3 extra shirts because they're always here volunteering.
We got a shirt for Paula, right?
Yes, Paula is getting a shirt.
Yay, Paula.
Extra small belly shirt.
Woo, tank top, spaghetti straps like Pete. Okay, so I will make a motion that the market purchase 3 additional shirts for James, Justin, and Matthew for the summer market.
Thanks. Justin is willing to do it. There are some weeks where he's in a virtual camp now, so I don't know what his schedule will be like, but he should be there many of the weeks. There's obviously
Okay, great.
no overnight this year.
Does anybody second?
Oh, I can second.
Okay, great. All in favor? Thumbs up or an eye? Melody, go ahead.
Sorry, it was James, Matthew, and who?
Justin, my guy.
Oh, Justin. Okay. Justin, there you go.
Does Tyler want to join us?
Well, I'm trying to work that. I'm trying to work on it. I'm working on it.
We'll
He
always
won't be
find
there the whole time. It'll probably be on a season, so we'll see how he does.
I didn't include Tyler because I remembered at the beginning you were like, I don't think he really wants to do it. So I should have asked you, and I apologize for not asking you.
No. I know. I wouldn't think that he would be there. I wouldn't even bet on it. So totally fine.
So who seconds?
I think it was
Seconded, right?
Yep.
Although my son's getting a free shirt out of it, so hopefully that's not a conflict of interest.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I see thumbs up. I see hear ayes. Any noes or abstentions? Saw that. Motion passes unanimously. So this is good. Okay. So I think if anybody has a staple gun with long staples, I don't have one of those. Mine has short staples. Or hammer and nails that they can bring on Monday. That would be awesome. Jamie's got her thumb up. He's got his thumb up.
I told Pam that Fred has everything. I said he's virtual Home Depot.
You have no idea. Yeah, I have one of the ones that's silver and you can like put it into wood, the staples into wood. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that would be awesome.
I have one of those too.
Yeah, if anybody has stuff like that they can bring on Monday, that would be great.
Hammer and nails, God.
Yep.
Taser that I use on Pete. Do you want that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Oh, and Melody or Jamie, if you have stuff printed on 8x10 paper, I can laminate it because I have a whole bunch of sheets. So I can pick that stuff up on Monday and laminate it.
Okay, well, I did print out those 4 and I was planning on laminating. So I'll laminate them and if it breaks down, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I think we're getting close, but I still could get another 2 dozen out of it. I don't know.
Okay. I think, Melody, you printed some arrows or something like that. Enter signs with arrows or something.
I haven't done them yet, but yes, she wanted me to do those, so I will get them done tomorrow.
Yeah, and I can pick them up Monday and laminate them. We can put them up Monday night.
Okay.
Plenty of time for that. Okay, I think that's our pre-market list. One thing I am going to do is send around a checklist for Wednesday to have at the table so that we don't forget to do anything. And I'm going to just send it around to, you guys could just add, oh, Pete's got a staple gun. If you guys want to add things to it that I forgot, that would be great. I just, stupid things like move the cones, set up the wash stands, just, a million little things that we have to remember to do on game day that I won't remember to do.
Pam, I'm guessing you didn't see it, but on the chat on Facebook, did you see the sanitizing wipes from Costco I posted?
Yes, if Linda's willing to buy them, I think it's a good spend of $15. I don't have a membership there.
It actually, if you don't have a membership, it adds 5%. And then, so I think if If you didn't have a membership, I saw it came to $16.50.
I'm
Good
happy
insight.
to do it.
Great.
This is April. I just have one thing to bring up from the treasury side. Okay. Just want to let everybody know, I put in a bunch of POs today to Roxanne to cover everything that we talked about the last meeting. All the POs we needed for signs, shirts, wash stations, for Pam, for me. So that should be all in the works. But if we want anything paid by June 30th, we have to have it in by June 4th. Otherwise, we have to wait until after July 1st. So I just want everybody to know that.
Thank you, April. So are there any other purchase orders we think we're going to need? We got copycats, we got fast signs, we got R&B.
I think I handled them all today. I got a whole bunch of them out to Roxanne today. For the signs, for the shirts, for Bill Thorne, for you, for me, for... there was another one too. But I got a bunch out today. We did get the 19 checks. We still have more. But so today they were deposited and I got confirmation. So $2,035 in vendor fees. But we do have more coming in because you have some still. So, yep.
And we got our first strike deposit for the bags that were purchased online. So that all worked great. We have $1,000 from bag sales in the bank already.
How many are we up to now?
Ooh, you would ask me that. We had 59 transactions. I think we had 59 transactions, and I can't remember how many bags, like 80. I'll have to go back and look. But we're doing good. Wait a minute, I can tell you how many bags. Hang on, let me get my calculator. 76 bags online, pre-sale. And people will be buying them at the market.
Nice. Maybe
You know when they're coming in?
I asked Amy, I approved the proof of the shirts so that she could start on them. She sent me an email today, and so I asked her. So I think she's checking on it. I'll check back with her tomorrow.
Okay.
So fingers crossed we may have them for next week. But
awesome.
So we shall see. I'm so sad I won't be there next week.
I know. Opening day under COVID conditions. Who would want to miss that?
But we'll report back and you just focus on getting strong.
Thank you. I know. I'm actually looking forward to my surgery, but you should ask Pam. The first thing I asked her when they called me for my surgery, she goes, "Oh, we can get you in June 2nd." And I was like, "Oh, nice." And then I went, "Oh, wait, no." I said, "No, wait. Hold on. I have to get back to you." I'm like, "That's open." I was like, "No."
It's my birthday. It's a good day.
So, you.
I think we're good. So Monday, 4 o'clock, anybody who can make it will help start getting things organized, put the A-frames together, and all that good stuff. So I make a motion to end the meeting.
Second.
Second that. Jamie will second it.
Okay. So this ends the meeting. I'm going to stop recording. Stop recording.